It started as a place to connect with friends. Now social media is our top online activity. People update anywhere, at any time.
We seek this kind of uniqueness, but in the era of the internet, that's even harder to achieve than it's ever been before.
I'm Laura Bailey and I'm a student at Swansea University. I'm speaking to students to find out about their use of social media. So how far has social media taken over our lives? How many hours a day do you think you spend on social media?
2 or 3, maybe.
Several hours, I would say, probably.
Too many, if you ask my wife.
Why do we post so much online?
It's so much easier. When I was a student, there were no smartphones, there was no Facebook, so it was very hard to put yourself up in front of everyone else. While now, with a single click of a mobile phone, everyone knows what you're doing. So I think accessibility is one thing.
So with students spending an increasing amount of time online, it almost seems as if we would prefer to communicate via social media sites rather than face-to-face.
Peer pressure is very important. If you look at students in a class, they might act very differently than the way they act online, because in class they know who's popular and who's not, who wants to sit next to you and who doesn't. Well, you don't have all these constraints online. If you put a photograph online, you don't necessarily have to reply to someone who likes it or who doesn't like. You don't have to go off with them necessarily. So it frees you from a lot of constraints that if you're on a face-to-face.
Do you think people take selfies as a means of self-control?
Yeah, the way others form impression of us, it's so crucial. It's always been. However, maybe I don't know what kind of control you can try to achieve by, I don't know, is it control knowing how much people like your photograph?
In what way does posting online affect our social lives?
There is this trap of this idea of trapping the others into some kind of ideal image of yourself that doesn't quite correspond to the reality. For some people, this may take over some kind of realistic grasp.
So, what are some of the problems that are associated with students posting via social media sites?
It's just so reinforcing, so quickly to have a tweet from somebody to get a like or to somebody's my friend. Of course they're not, but it feels good.
If somebody is involved in social media, they should know from the beginning that there's legal implications for things that they say on those social media sites.
So back to what we spoke about earlier, do you think excessive posting can actually alienate people that you're actually friends with on social media pages?
Yeah, as I said a bit earlier, I think when you disclose too much, people you disclose this information to no longer feel they're targeted by that information, and no longer feel this kind of unique relationship they could have with you. So maybe that's why when we're overwhelmed by so much pictures or photographs or information from someone, we tend to back off. When you're in a relationship, you want to feel unique. So if the person you have a relationship with discloses too much about herself to everyone, you no longer feel unique. So I guess that's why selfies or too much information puts people off, because they don't feel it's directed at them anymore.
Do you think students and staff really consider who can see their information when they're actually posting online?
I don't think any of us considers that in depth. I think so few of us are really aware of the pitfalls of putting so much information online, and it actually can end up in very weird and wrong places.
I've now made myself a rule not to post when I'm drunk.
I definitely do, since like things have got like so bad at the moment, like with that boy getting choked out of uni and things like that for the stuff that he wrote.
So is social media detrimental to our lives?
I don't think that thinking of, I don't know, this kind of social media or selfies as good or versus bad helps very much, because there are nuances of it, and in some cases it's an amazing advance, allowing people to communicate, and in others it's just a waste of time. I'm in the middle.
The unprecedented rise of social media remains a relatively new and constantly changing phenomenon, making it difficult to judge the long-term impacts. Despite this, well over half of us think that social media is a force for good. Ultimately, whether we like it or not, social media has taken over our lives, and it will continue to do so.